This is a small brief about IELTS test. IELTS is nothing. It is an international English language testing system. You know, which test which assess the English language proficiency of the candidates. So it's nothing related to your knowledge base or your logical reasoning or your general awareness thing. It's completely assess how good are you at in managing English language as you plan to do your higher studies or as you plan to go for better career opportunities to an English speaking country. And this is jointly managed by IDP and British Council. And we have academic IELTS and general IELTS over here in our country. IELTS life skills is something different, which is not applicable in Asian countries. So for the people who would like to pursue their higher studies abroad, especially an English speaking country, you have to take IELTS academic. And for those who would like to go for a PR or for better career opportunities, they have to take IELTS general test. So this is general about IELTS general and IELTS academic. And to add on, IELTS score has a validity of 2 years. So it is a language based test. Actually, it consists or it comprises of all the four language skills, specifically listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So you'll have to give test on all the four modules. And this listening, reading, and writing test will take place on one day, and speaking test takes place on a different day. The time duration of listening, reading, and writing test is 2 hours for 40 minutes. You have to continuously sit for 2 hours 40 minutes, and you have to complete all the three tests. Speaking test, as I said, it will be scheduled on a different day, which can be before, which can be prior or after the listening, reading, writing test. It takes place around 10, 11 to 14 minutes, and not more than that. So I'll just take you in detail about this four tests. Like I'll just give you a brief about what exactly the structure like and what is the difference between IELTS academic and IELTS general. There are not much differences. The pattern is the same, and the test is almost the same. Only difference is that when it comes to reading and writing, there is a slight difference. In reading, the passages or the questions can be different for IELTS and IELTS academic and general. And writing task, in IELTS writing, you have two tasks. And task one is different for IELTS academic and IELTS general. So this is the only difference with regard to IELTS academic and IELTS general. And when it comes to the band scores, there is a slight variation. So this is about IELTS academic and IELTS general. So moving on to test structure. As I said, you have 2 hours 40 minutes to do your listening, reading, and writing test. In which listening test takes place for 40 minutes. A voice clip will be played. You'll be given the headphones and you'll be given the question paper and answer sheet. A voice clip will be played for 30 minutes continuously, where you cannot replay or you cannot pause, you cannot break. You have to listen to it, and while listening to the audio, you are expected to note down the answers on the question paper. And the remaining 30 minutes is to transfer those answers. Sorry, remaining 10 minutes is to transfer those answers from the question paper to the answer sheet. And in a listening test, you can expect 40 questions, and the types of questions can be like fill in the blanks. They'll give a diagram, and you're expected to label a diagram, or it can be MCQ, multiple choice questions, statement completion, short answer completion. You can expect 4 to 5 types of questions, which comprises of 40 questions, and there are around 10 types of question in listening part, in listening test. Coming to reading test will be for 60 minutes, and again for academic you will get three passages, and in reading test you get all long passages which you get for the mat or the cat exams. If you have gone through such exams, you get long passages, comprehensive passages. And for academic you'll just get three passages, that too 40 questions. um, there are around 12 types of questions in reading test, out of which you can expect 4 to 5 types comprising of 40 questions. And these are the types of questions. And in academic, in IELTS general, you get around 5 passages. The time duration is 60 minutes, is 1 hour. Then comes to this is the order. First you'll write your listening, then you're reading, and finally you're writing. Writing test again, it takes for 1 hour. You should complete two tasks in 1 hour. The first task, the time duration is 20 minutes, and task 2 is for 40 minutes. Task 1 for IELTS Academic is different with regard to IELTS General. Task 1 for IELTS Academic is a graphical representation or a visual representation will be given. A visual representation will be given where you will be expected to write a report in not less than 150 words. And task 1 for general IELTS is a letter writing. It can be formal or semi-formal or informal kind of letters. Task 2 is common for both. It is an essay. It is essay writing. A statement will be given upon which you're expected to write an essay for 250. Sufficient. The minimum number of words for the essay is 250 words, and the time duration for the essay is 40 minutes. This is a listening, reading, and writing structure. This is structure of listening, reading, and writing test. Coming to the speaking test, it takes place on a different day, and I told you it is just for 11 to 14 minutes. You have 3 parts, and I'll be talking on this part 2 in detail later. Part 1 is about self-introduction, and then you'll get a lot of questions, or around 3 to 4 questions, mostly personal questions, which is a part of ice breaking or warming up session with the examiner. The examiners will be super comfortable with you. You need not be worried. It is not like the stress interviews or job interviews you go for. It's very comfortable. The ambience will be very comfortable. The examiner will be very pleasant to you. Coming to speaking part 2, you'll be given one topic where you're expected to talk for 2 minutes continuously. You'll be given 1 minute to prepare on the topic, and you are expected to speak continuously for 2 minutes. And after that, speaking part 3, where it's a kind of general discussion, the examiner will be asking you questions, around 5 to 7 questions, most probably based on the topic which you gave a talk. And then the speaking part or the speaking test ends. So this is the test structure of IELTS, where you are expected to score individual scores for each test, and they'll be giving an overall band score upon 9, and you'll get your scores after 13 days after you take your test. So this is a general idea about IELTS, and if you have any queries or any questions based on this, you can ask me. Yes, you can open up. Sai Teja, Nikhil, Shamsina, Melvin, San. I spoke to you about the speaking part 2. There are 3 parts in speaking, and I have just shown you the part. I've just shown you the participant guide of speaking part 2. This is how a participant guide looks like. I hope this is visible to all of you. So I'll just take you through how it looks like and how we take the classes. Speaking part 2 is actually to assess your time-based briefing abilities. As I said, the examiner will give you a topic, a cue card, and you'll be given 1 minute to prepare on the topic, and then you're expected to speak for continuously for 2 minutes. You need not keep the timer. The examiner will stop you once you complete 2 minutes, and you're not expected to stop there yourself. Examiner will intervene. You are expected to speak continuously until the examiner intervenes with you with another question, or its examiner stops you. So what kind of questions can you expect for the speaking part 2? You'll be given a cue card, and you'll be given one topic and 4 to 5 sub questions or suggestions that can help you in expanding your answers. So moving on to the kind of type of questions you can expect for speaking part 2. And again, this test doesn't assess your knowledge ability or your knowledge base. You need not overthink. They're testing how good are you in managing the language if you're given a topic and given 1 minute for preparation, and how are you able to correlate your examples, and how well are you able to present your ideas fluently. So this is what they assess in speaking part 2 question. And the kind of topics that are commonly asked are it can be about an object, it can be about it very specifically about, for example, you may get a question like describe an electronic device you bought recently with 3 or 4 sub questions. Or it can be about your favorite gift, or about a present about an object you gifted as a part of someone's birthday. It can be about a place, your favorite tourist destination, or a place you would like to visit in the near future. Or it can be about the place you visited and where you had really good memories. can be about a historical monument you would like to visit. It can be about places, can be about persons, your favorite celebrity, or your role model, or your favorite women personality, your favorite teacher, your favorite friend, or a friend who is very who has great sense of humor. It is all general, and with regard to it will be about your favorite, or your it will be about, this will be, you will be expected to speak on with your life experiences and examples. It can be about an activity, can be about your favorite sport, or a favorite TV program, a TV movie, a favorite book. Many kind of questions. These are the commonly asked topics in speaking part 2. And how can you deal with it? This is what this is what we guide you on. Whether, for example, we have taken here, you can see an example of a question. You are expected to describe a building that you like. So this is the main topic, and the sub questions are: where is the building, when you visited, why you liked, where did you hear about it. So it's not that you should answer in the order of the sub questions. These sub questions or these suggestion questions will help you to expand your answers. So it's but you must be able to cover these. If you cover all these questions in your answer, well and good. But it's not, there is no stringent rule that you should be saying or answering only this. You can add more of your perception or your experiences or your examples with regard to this topic. It's all about how well you're arranging or your ideas, you're organizing your ideas, and how good are you in speaking fluently. So this is the example. You can see when this is, when you think about, this is what you're expected to do. Like, you will get just 1 minute, and 1 minute is very precious. You cannot waste your 1 minute just just reading the question again and again. No, you'll have to strategize yourself, and that is what we guide you on. We'll help you with practice sessions and tips and strategies, and how easy it is to correlate or organize your ideas when you think about something. So for example, you can I'll just go through which fast, like you can. And before, when you start, rather than straight away going to my favorite place or my favorite building, or the place I visited recently, is rather than that, you can just give an example, or you can just give an attractive introduction before you start, or before you get into your thing. That can create a good impression on the examiner. You can see here, just an introduction: India is a pluralistic nation and has a rich historical background. Kerala, popularly known as Godson country, contributes to this historical grandness. So it's just about a building. You can speak about anything. It need not be a historical monument. It can be a resort where you visited for a last vacation and which you liked very much, or something you can explain on for 2 minutes. It can be about a building which you really felt strange. It can be about anything, but it should be a building, and you should be able to answer or expand your answers with the help of these questions. And you're expected to speak for 2 minutes. So in this speaker speaks about the college tour where she visited a Jewish synagogue in Cochin, and she is describing the interiors of the synagogue, and how, and even she came across the specific timings where it's not allowed for everyone to get into the synagogue any time. It's like there are specific timings for adoration and prayers, and certain dress codes is there. So you can speak and describe about the things with regard to the building, or which really attracted you. It is from your first point of view. It's okay to fabricate, but you have to present yourself as natural as possible. So this is an idea of speaking part 2 question, and we have a lot of questions, and we will be making you practice more and more when it comes to mock test and in the speaking sessions. The first, we'll take you through a session on how we have to speak, and then we'll be conducting mock test and sample speaking sessions based on each type of or each pattern speaking. So this is a general idea about how we take classes at Kevin. We have participant guides for every sessions, and we'll be conducting mock tests continuously towards as you reach towards the end of the course. So hi Srividya, I think you can take over.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Sini. And hi, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Srividya. You can call me Srivi. I have been with Kervin, and I help students use the right vocabulary to express yourselves better. Okay, and before I show you what vocabulary and why it's important, basically when you speak English language, you need to sound like a native speaker so that your chances of clearing the IELTS with a high. Can one of you, all the participants who are here, can you say yes, no? Is this visible on your screen?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Shamsina. Yes, I have a feeling that all of you had a heavy lunch. I can't hear everybody say only for, except for Shamsina. If you did have a good lunch, please don't fall asleep now. We'll just do a quick demo session, and you could have your afternoon siesta later. Right. So this is what I was saying. The flashcard. As you notice, there are a bunch of words there. What we normally do is it's a very interactive session with the students. I introduce them these words to, in a story format. Like let's take, okay, there's a word that says game here. Okay, we'll just play that with you. Just imagine this is a live session. Okay, let me ask you this: how to use the word game? For example, let's say you want to go out for a movie with me, and you ask me, hey, can we go for a movie this evening? And I say, I am game. What according do you think is my response when I said I am game? Anybody wants to try? Please unmute yourself and tell me what you think is the answer.
Is it means interested?
You're interested? Thank you, Shamsina. Anybody else would want to try along with her? Okay, since I haven't heard from anybody, when I say game, it means yes, I am willing to go, or yes, I am ready to go for the movie, right? So that pretty much means I am game. So now I will tell you how you can use this in your everyday language. You know, just like this, if somebody has invited you to do something or go somewhere, you can respond by saying, yes, I am game for this. Or if it is something that you cannot do, then you could say, no, I am not game for this. Okay. So similarly, let's look at another one. Get a grip on oneself. Let's say I'll give you another situation and I want, just like how Shamsina answered, let's try if somebody else can try this. Get a grip on oneself. Let's say it's your graduation party after college, like a farewell party. It's time to say bye to your friends, to your juniors, to your teachers. It can be a very emotional situation. And in that situation, your friend starts to cry. Okay, she's very emotional, she starts to cry. So you go to her, give her a hug, and you tell her, get a grip on yourself. It's okay, don't cry. What do you think it means? Can any of you try? Shamsina, if you're also free to try, yes. Get a grip on oneself. Anybody would like to try? Okay, since I am not hearing anyone, I'll give it to you. So get a grip on oneself is pretty much to have a control over your own emotions, right? Then you have a grip on yourself. Again, let's say your friend's dog died and she is crying that her dog is no more. And when you see her, she's crying uncontrollably. You could perhaps tell her, get a grip on yourself. It's okay. Think of all the good memories you've had with the dog. Okay, we'll do one last one. This is just a demo session, so which is why we're just limiting to a few. So let's look at get along. Get along. Let's say you have moved to a new apartment and you are new to that area. You don't know many people. You're slowly getting introduced to many neighbors there and slowly making some friends. And then you realize, yes, you get along with all the people in that building. Can anybody try what get along means? Just try. There is no right or wrong. It's only your participation we are looking at. We are all here to learn.
Getting familiar.
Can you speak loudly, whoever that was? Yes.
To get familiar with everyone.
To get familiar. Okay, good. Right. So basically, like how, I'm sorry I didn't get your name. Your screen shows Honor 7X. So what is your name?
Yeah,
please?
my name is Nikhil.
Nikhil. Yes. Hi, Nikhil. All right. So like how Nikhil said, to get familiar, or basically when I say get along, is getting used to a situation, or you're managing the situation well, right? That is to get along. All right. Okay, so it's just a 30-minute demo session that we had asked for, with scheduled for today. We have sort of crossed that, and we did give you our best of what the Kerwin style of coaching for the IELTS is.
With regard to the course details, I think I've already spoken to you regarding that. Like we have 6 days coaching and 5 days it will be sessions based on reading all the theory thing, and the assignments will be sent to you, and speaking sessions will be conducted on Saturdays where you have face-to-face interaction with the instructor individually. Be in touch with our counselors. If you come across any other questions after the session, you can please contact them. And we hope to see you soon in our classes.